Hey everybody, this is One Haku 7, or you can just call me Haku, but you can also call me Kelly because that's my real name. It's been a while since we played game, but what is it doing? Oh, it's just sending me back there. Okay. Alright, today we'll be playing Your Boyfriend. I don't really play those kind of game, but I'll just try it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Let's begin. Hey, I want to play. Come on. Yeah, trigger. I don't care about it. We're not sensitive, right? There's a good jump scare. My audio was really high. Ow, that freaking hurt. Should I use my real name or my YouTuber name? I'm just gonna use my YouTuber name. Haku. Welcome, Haku. You two have fun. Probably will or not. My life has been chaotic. Dang, I can't read. My family broke out into another fit of drama, so I left the nest, ran straight to college, and got an apartment and a job. But lately, my job at a greasy spoon diner has been unbearable. The job doesn't pay the best, so that means I had to find a roommate to afford an apartment. And now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late night study section. Ooh. My sleep schedule is wrecked. And even better, the rent on the apartment is late. I had heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. I can't read. In my case, the friendship gets stained thinner. Oh wait, reread. In my case, the friendship gets strained thinner as my friend keeps making excuse why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Oh hell no. You better pay, bitch. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to lose money on the rent. I'm nearly broke, and getting a second job feels like it will kill me. Trust me, it can kill you. It depends on the people you work with. I had a second job in the supermarket. Too much customer complaint. No kidding. Karens or Kevins, I don't know. At least my boss was nice. At least in this park, I have some alone time. During the time. I've always loved this part of the park. It's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. Only people who come here as the groundkeepers. Oh wait, the only people who come here are the groundkeepers. Even then, they only come by in morning. Closing my eye, I rub my face and puff out the tension in my lungs so that I could calm down enough to enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I feel someone sitting down behind me. Oh, what is it behind me? Rephrase. Just then, I feel someone sitting down beside me. Startled, I turn and look up towards the intruder.
Whoa, hey, take it easy, it's just me.
I love the voice actor. He has a nice, soothing voice. No kidding. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping high off of the park bench.
You're a jumpy one, aren't you?
Yes. But... yeah. He smiled and scooted himself close to me, shyly and awkwardly. Whoa, you're getting closer. You need personal space. Social distancing, my dude. Corona. Virus. I keep my eyes on him, unsure what his intentions are. His unblinking eyes don't stray from mine. Not once. Is this a staring contest? I can win in one.
So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend?
No one.
Just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting out here, all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track.
I don't mind, man. I'd rather be alone. Chill runs down my spine. I cross my arm over my chest and slide myself away from him, and closer to the edge of the bench. How often does a sane person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such question? I mean, I need to read slowly. Not often, for me at least. He picked up on my unease and refrained from sliding any closer. He crosses his finger in between his legs and smiles warmly. I mean, oh wait, he's supposed to be talking? There's no automatic voice in here. Oh, I mean, you don't look like an groundkeeper or one of those old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. I'm second one, doing boy voice. No, I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things has been pretty intense lately. He scooped himself even closer, his hand nearly touching mine as he smiles shyly.
Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
I don't normally do that with a stranger, and I never have been on a date. But, oh God. And I have the pleasure. Never mind. He was the weird one. I can't tell him if he's a bit awkward or just eccentric. What? Why? Why does he have such an interest in me?
Well, I'm your boyfriend.
We just met. How can we be boyfriend and girlfriends? We need to know each other first before we date.
Isn't that why you're here?
Not really. Did we just say it already? To be here alone because of tense in my life? I think he wasn't listening. Oh well. He's trying to do reverse psychology. Okay. My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we are in a relationship? There is an awkward silence as the stranger sit, patiently waiting for my answer. To be honest, I would stay quiet in real life, but discovering the discomforting silence only grows. Still unsure and confused by the situation, I wouldn't find words. It was just so sudden. He seemed to take the hint and pull his hand away from mine. Looking away, he chuckles awkwardly. Hey, I get it. If you don't want me to be your boyfriend, I just thought I'd take the chance to ask you out. If he is guilty tripping me, he is doing a terrible job. He kinda is. But at least he is taking the hint rather than pushing it. That's true. Cannot force. Well, it's just that I don't even know you. Oh, wait. Well, it's just that I don't even know you, so don't worry, I get it. He says, not at all expressing disappointment, but more along the lines of showing understanding. It's supposed to be a little weirded out too. If some random stranger come up and ask me out on a date. Flattered, but still a little uneasy. He's taking the rejection well. No tantrum or pressure of any sort. Thank God. I'd be better get going then. It's nice to meet you. Oh, it's nice talking to you though. God damn, I can't read. Shit. My bad word. He says, looking back over to me and gave me a smile before getting himself up off the branch and taking his leave. I watched him walk off. Felt sort of terrible for how things ended the way they did. Maybe I'll apologize to him if I ever see him again. I stayed in the park a little while longer after that odd event. I don't know if I should go after him or just shake it off and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I wander around the city a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't visit. It's a nice beat, nice music. My paranoia has gotten me looking over my shoulder, wondering if he might still be lurking somewhere behind me. I don't know, maybe I am overthinking things. But who knows, some guys who presume that he's your boyfriend before neither of you even know each other's name is probably not the most psychologically healthiest of people, are they? Probably. Yeah, that's creepy enough to warrant him my cold shoulder. Still, the way I left him behind like that was making me feel like maybe I was the jerk. I came across a local florist shop that I remember passing on a few of my downtown walks. I've always been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers for the apartment, but I could never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now, and I could use a diversion, so why not? Walking in, I look around and take in the rather pleasant aroma of the shop. I wander past the elegant display of flower arrangement, potted plants, and small gift bags of pottery. I'm sorry if I say it wrong, okay? I had a particular purchase in my mind. Oh, damn it. From a rustic wooden shelf displaying contained the flowers and various houseplants came a lovely, pungent fragrance from the deep red roses. Being mindful that some still had their thorns, I reached out to pick up one. I felt a hand brush against mine. I pulled my hand away quickly and glanced at the person that I didn't see on the other side of the display.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Nice to meet you, my friend. The man from the park beams upon seeing me and gave me a smile before pulling the rose out. I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know you shopped here too. I don't. I say, startled by his present. Are you kidding me, Cars? Sorry if you guys hear the honking. The man then gestured to me with a finger over his lips. This is a small shop. There's no need to raise your voice. His comment rubs me the wrong way, but I try to compose myself. Did you follow me here? I whisper harshly, unsure if path with him again was a pure coincidence, or if I needed to worry about him after all. What? Of course not. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. I can't read. I come here almost every day, you know. Uh-oh. Was I really being a dick to him? He fumbles around with the rose in his hand, and his eyes stay shyly focused on the ground. I love flowers. This little shop is the only one nearby, so I come here a lot to see what new boutique they have made, and if they have any on sale. I admit that sometimes I give a glance of you through the window of the diner that you work at. I lately had been meaning to walk in to finally say hi, but I lose my nerves and stay out. You've been watching me? Yeah, I would say that too, but you've been watching me? Are you serious? What kind of creep are you? But it's not like that. He shoves his hand towards my shoulder in an attempt to console and calm me down. Not wanting his greasy, grubby hands anywhere on me, I flinch away in shock and disgust. Don't touch me. I hiss at him and then storm off the florist. Don't look back. I might do different parts of the gameplay. It's finally getting dark. Keep walking. After crossing paths with a crazy stalker, I have a good reason for it. I am out later than I wanted because I was trying to take a longer, less traveled path home, just in case that creepy guy knew more about my habits. I need to find a new place and hang out at, and probably a new job. I stormed into the apartment and slammed the door behind me after doing another full body shudder. I heard the rubbing sound of my roommate and the study partner in the kitchen come to an abrupt silence after I similarly arrive at home. I race to my bedroom. They have a habit of walking around naked after their study section. Okay, we get it now. And I don't even want to see if they are dressed in time. This time. We're kind of harsh on him. Yeah, we're gonna do a different section part. After a moment, I roll over my back and stare up at the ceiling, trying to forget about my day, trying to forget about him. Before I fall asleep from sheer exhaustion, my last thought was a simple wish. And I hope I never see that weirdo again. Bro, somebody's right there. He's probably him. He followed us home. End of the day. Okay, guys. I'm gonna skip and we go to the question that we're gonna pick. Okay, see you guys out there. Okay, let's do, the dinner sounds nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be a nice break from the monotony. Yeah. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours, and this guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams and taking a hold of my hands into his, no touchy please. I'll see you tonight at 7. He was about to stand up from the bench, but pauses abruptly, then he realized that he was forgetting something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry, I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. How about the old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one you work at. It's giving you the creepy vibes now. Oh, okay. Great. See you tonight. Just like that, he hurries off with a leap in every step, looking as though he had just won the lottery. I watched him as he disappeared down a path that bends around a shallow hill and out of the view. The park was quiet again, and the serene loneliness set in once more. It's just me and a few songbirds singing in the nearby trees. I sit for a while, replaying the stranger encounter in my head a few times. I suppose that I should be flattered that he took such an interest in me. I could tell if meeting someone like that is normal or not. Like that is normal or not. It's nothing like it seems in the movie or television. But then again, if I were Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would be almost annoying me. I feel my cheeks flush as I think about him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from the corner of my mouth. He must be as new to this town as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. As I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How does he know where I work? True. Dad's Damn Diner. That's the name. That's a good name. 7 p.m. I show up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at for a completely spontaneous dinner date. And with a complete stranger who knew that I worked here. Weird. I take a step at a booth towards the back. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is less unusual than most people would assume. Even though I work here, this isn't where I would choose to eat at. This is true. I would not eat at the place where I work. I work at a fast food restaurant as well. Well, okay. Maybe he was another customer that I had never paid attention to. Probably it is. While I work, I let my mind drift. And after a while, I do my job as if I were on a autopilot. I don't really pay much attention to the names and faces. True, same thing for me. Even for regulars. Maybe he was one of those regulars building up his courage to ask me out every day but keep losing his nerves. It's kind of cute though, but I do really want this to be a thing. MC really wants it to be a thing. Okay. Taking my seat, I wait. I look at the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs over the jukebox. He is 5 minutes late. Just 5 minutes. I might as well buy myself a shake while I wait. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me at the diner on my day off. I imagine that she will tell me job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. After serving the stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. But at least the shakes are good. They are really old-fashioned, kind made of real ice cream and ingredients, and not the powder mix and flavor syrup like the fast food places. The waitress must have been less busy than I assumed, because she brought my shake to me only a few minutes later. pull the spoon from the vintage-looking ice cream glass and lick it clean. So good! I stir at the shake a little before I can't read. So good! I stir at the shake a little before I take a sip. Sip, 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 sip. A man rushes through the diner's front door. He looks like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully in his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeve, hoodie, and blue shirt. He quickly scanned the diner in a bit of a panic. He was running late and probably thought I may have already left. I was one of the few people in the diner, but he still didn't seem to see me very quickly. I waved him over. A smile of relief spread across his face. Still winded, he hurries down the row of booths and sit across from me. You're late. Oh, 5 minutes late, right? I know. I'm sorry. I had to make a quick stop. He speaks between breath. I don't know where he came from, but he must have ran the whole way when he realized that he was running late. If he was an hour late, I'd be really mad. But 5 minutes late, for me, I'm okay, man. Giving a timid smile, he pulled out a long white box that he was carrying. He placed it on the table and slid it over to me. Here, I bought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you out for a date on the spot. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. You got something for me? Really? It had better not be a severe ear or finger or something. That line seems familiar. I think I read it from somewhere. I don't remember. Opening the box, I look inside. I see 2 long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they are bound by a shimmering black silk ribbon. Ooh, yes. Oh, lovely. Thank you. They're lovely. Thank you. He smiled as I take the rose out of the box gently, as if the thorns were still on the stem. I drawn the aroma in deeply. They were so wonderfully fresh and fragrant. It's no bouquet or anything, but I thought that they look nice. I can't read today. He watches me admire his gift. They are nice, thank you. I placed the roses gently back in their box. I sound like a boy at times. Okay. He can't possibly grin any wider. He realized that he is staring at me. Maybe just a little too long for comfort. So he reverted his eyes shyly. But there were a few nagging questions that had been hanging over me like a storm cloud. And while he was in a good mood, I figured that I should inquire a little about his cute but bizarre stranger. Dinner in a greasy spoon diner with a stranger carrying a box of roses doesn't seem ordinary, and I had to make sure that he wasn't trying to propose at the cashier. Okay. I stirred the milkshake with the straw for a second or two. So, how do you know that I work here? Oh, well, I walk by this place rather often on my walks. I catch a glimpse of you through the window from time to time when you were working. I try to come in, but I get cold feet and just keep walking. Like a loser. He glared down at the table shamefully. I reached over and gave his hand in a short pat. No, you are not a loser. Do you know what? I don't even know your name. My name? The smile on his face faded into a slight grimace. Before his gaze drifted off to the side. I don't really like my name, honestly. I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. Oof. He must have a really horrible name or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with. Okay, how about... Oh, we have to name our boyfriend? I would name it... The thing is, he's not... I don't know what to name him. You know what? Let's name him Lucas. How do you spell Lucas again? Lucas. How about Lucas? I'm not sure if I actually am pronouncing the name right, but anyway. He seems pleased with that I came up, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better. Honestly, thank you. I assured him and gave his hand another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over the name I gave him. Wow, I didn't realize until now, but he has some really beautiful blue eyes. The vivid color left me taking in their deep blue hue. And I didn't realize that I was staring until he spoke up. Are we having a moment of yeah, yes we are, okay. A blush spreads across his cheek as he squeezes my hand back. Sorry. I pull my hand from his, cursing myself for staring like that. Wow, now I'm the awkward one. I look away shyly. I can feel the heat radiating my cheeks, and I imagine them glowing bright like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer, and probably even more red. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. He assured me with a soft smile. He looks around for something to break the tension, and his eye falls upon my shake. Hey, I was supposed to buy you something. Well, you kind of already did. I pointed at the box of roses. Besides, can we share this? As long as I get the cherry, deal? I scoop the shake towards him. He looks to the side and reaches over to take it. And our first date, and you're the one buying. I mean, a girl can do that too. Doesn't need to be the boys. I'm that type of girl though. Okay, let's go back reading. Man, our first date and you're the one buying. I'm very terrible at this. And I haven't been into a date. Okay. Well, this is... Oh wait, let me do it. Well, how about you buy next time? Sounds good. His eye go wide and he stares at me with surprise.
Next time? You want to meet up again?
And now he talks. Nice, okay. Well, this wasn't a total disaster, right? So yeah. His face glows as red as I imagined mine had, as he stammered wildly as all of his thoughts unexpectedly evaporates into an explosion of joy. I mean, I guess it wasn't, I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It was cute seeing him struggle for a coherent thought, while also, oh, I got a burp, sorry, to contain his happiness of being with me, of all people. Still, as much as I was enjoying his company, though regardless of how flattering it has been, I couldn't stay long. I look out the window in a bit of an aggravated way. I can't read. In order to get his attention. It's getting dark. I don't like walking home late at night. How about we continue this on our next date? Standing up from my seat, I pulled out of the napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think I do. He pulls one from his pocket and handed it to me. I write down my name and number and smile, passing the pen and napkin back to him. Here, call me and we can hang out again soon, okay? Taking the pen and napkins from my hand, he glazed down at the number in complete awe before looking back up at me. Of course, I would like to see you again. Love to see you again. I walk to the register and pay for the shake, and with another quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. I walk more quickly to try to make it back to the apartment before nightfall. It gets colder outside, but for some reason I feel warm the whole walk back. Once I'm finally back to my apartment, I quietly walk to my room so that I don't disturb my roommate. Judging by the thumping and moaning sound coming from the other side of the wall, they seem to be having another study section. Okay. But I wish that they be more quiet. I have to live here too. It is true. If I have a roommate, they better be quiet. I don't bother to turn on the light in my room and flop heavily on my bed, face first into the mattress, spreading limbs spread wide. Letting out a long, loud groan that made the couple next door pause for a bit. For a brief moment, I rigidly roll on my back and stare up at the ceiling. I can't read. Despite having so many other things on my mind earlier, my thoughts were never stray away from Lucas. Looking over to the box that I still have in my hand, I open it up one more time. I pull out the bundle of roses and smile a little, drawing in their sweet fragrance again. I hope he calls soon. And he's there soon. Break in the window. Okay, we did this, that. Okay, let's do this. What? No! I pull my hand away from his. I thought that I would normally try to at least attempt to be polite when I turn him down someone's advantage. But the stranger's presumeness makes my skin crawl. I don't know. Sit there for a moment with a firm stare before pulling his hand away in a reluctant retreat. Oh, I see. I think that I'm getting mixed message from you. It doesn't make much sense for you to come here and then not want me. I stand up from the bench and turn to leave. Hopefully I can get back to more frequent parts of the park before any other creeps crawl out from under the rocks and bushes. Where are you going? Stare back at me from the bench, but I can read his expression. It is a tempest of mixed emotion, and none of them are as positive or playful, awkward as when I first met him. It's getting late. I'm going to head home. I lied. I glanced over my shoulder to find the nearest path out of the park and to the nearest public street. Oh, well, maybe I can walk you home then. No, Thank you. Look, it's nothing personal, but you're coming off as kind of creepy. I'm not really that comfortable around you. He rubs his arm awkwardly. Creepy, but I love. Trying to say love you? Sorry, I have to go. I cut him off and start walking away, occasionally looking over my shoulder. I don't want him creeping up on me while my back was turned. He never moves. He just sit there with a forlorn look on his face and stare quietly at the ground. Okay, I'll just say, I guess that's not too bad. Maybe I am overreacting. I guess that's understandable. I mutter. It's difficult for me to notice people when I'm walking the same path almost every day, like a minus Roma. I guess that I can't really judge him for my lack of awareness. Look, I have to get going. I say, breaking the silence between the two of us. He cleared his throat to muster up his courage. As he stepped closer, hesitates on a question for a brief moment, and then finally speaks. I know you have no interest in me, and I get that, but can I at least see you again? Not on a date or anything, but just to hang out. I felt like as though we got off to a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. My name is a joke, really. I prefer if you made a nickname for me. The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace before his glaze drifted off to the side. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I would rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. He must really have horrible name or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with. Taking his moment, I figure out there is no real harm in making a quick nickname for him. After all, it would be easier for me to remember. Well, how about... Okay, let's put back Lucas. He seemed pleased with what I came up, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. It's not really. Okay. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. Oh, by the name is from... If you read Who Made Me a Princess, that's where I got the name. Okay, I know he has red eyes, black hair, but just roll with it. Okay, people. I look outside the window and see the sun is getting low in the sky. Well, it's getting dark. I had better get going home. It was nice to meet you, Lucas. I turned to leave the shop. Hey, wait! Lucas called me out. I turned to see him smiling cheaply. Can I at least walk you home? Oh shoot, there's two options for this? I'll just put I suppose. Oh wait. We don't know each other, so you know what, who cares? I'm gonna skip to that later. He tries to keep a cool posture as I accept his offer, but I can see in his eye that he is struggling not to bounce all over the walls. I know that he still has a thing for me, but this time around he wasn't pushing it and was instead respecting my not wanting to date. He glances at the rose that was still in his hand and then hold it out to me. My mind goes blank for a second before I find myself nodding. Thanks. You don't have to though. No, I insist. Oh my god. He smiles and walks me to the cashier. He pulled out a wallet and thumbed through some small bills. Find the florist, wrapped the flower, and placed it in a stark white box with the rose purchase. He handed the box to me. Shall we get going? Yeah, let's. I leave the store with him, and together we walk to my apartment. Yeah, actually though, for me personally, I wouldn't let him walk me home because we need to know each other first. But anyway, at least we're gonna go back. The walk is surprisingly nice, and the two of us go back and forth in conversation. Lucas surprisingly did most of the talking. He kept going on about his job as a product tester. Okay, I can't read. And how most of the products were cheap junk. Once we arrived at my apartment, Lucas looked down at me and tucked his name into his pocket. Well, home sweet home. He grinned slightly, shyly. He stand in the hallway, neither of us knowing exactly what to say. I started hearing faint sound of my roommate and their study partner messing around inside. Lucas heard them too, and his eyes get a bit wide. Oh my god, look at this thing. Okay. I cringed over the sounds and the mental image of the two on the kitchen counter top flashing in my mind. Okay, Lucas was avoiding eye contact, and his cheeks were getting flushed. He was imagining the same thing too. I never felt so embarrassed. More or less, I muttered, hesitant to open the door in front of him. Understanding my reluctance to go inside, but both of my promiscuous roommate and my insecurity of having a total stranger outside my apartment, he stepped away to give me a little space. That's good. Well, I better get going then. When do you want to meet up? When you get the time. I think for a minute. Shit. I work all day this week. Not a single day off to my name. I don't know. Tomorrow's a slow day since it's Sunday. You can come over if you like. It's that small mom or pop diner by the record store. Having me a pose as a customer to extend your break time? Devious. I like it. He flashed a wary smile before turning and walking down the hall. Oh, dang it. I'll be there around noon then. He looks over his shoulder and smiles and waves as he saunters further down the hallway and towards the exit. Okay, this is new. I didn't bother to turn on the lights in my room. I flopped down on my bed, face first into the mattress, and limbs spread out like a star. Letting out a loud and long groan, I eventually rolled into my back and stared up the ceiling. It was a rather eventful day. I got a little quiet time, and I even made... Oh dang it, did I read it? Okay, so you guys saw it anyway. Too tired to get up and find a vase or glass for the flower. I rested on my nightstand. I didn't bother getting undressed. I pulled the blanket over myself and rolled over, and letting myself drift off to sleep. And he's at the window. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, let's do this. Shoulder slouched, and his smiles faded, but only a little. He snapped his finger to venge his disappointment. Oh dang! Jeff twice in one day. Today hasn't been that kind to me. How about we hang out tomorrow? I smile and shake my head. before putting the rose back where it came from. I work out this week, so I don't really have time for anything. So, how about I stop by your apartment tomorrow? Do you take breaks, right? I nodded, and leaving the flower where they are. We walked out of the shop together. Oh, we still walk home together. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, that is the crusty Mama and Papa diner, and it's not that busy most days. If you want to stop by and chat for a bit, you can. Honestly, the thought of having someone to casually be around sounds nice, but I don't want him to get the wrong message. But just a fair warning, I won't be able to talk much if you're not buying eat anything to eat or drink. I'll bring a few bucks then. Anything worth getting food poisoning from. Food poisoning. Okay. I chuckled as he smiled wearily. The shakes are the best I had for a long time. I'll take your word for it. Look over my shoulder and see that the shadows of the trees and the buildings are getting longer. Well, you better hurry. It's getting dark. He nodded before turning around and takes his leave. He looks over his shoulders and smiles and waves as he saunters further down the road opposite of my apartment. I watch him walk down the sidewalks for a moment before going on my way. Next star. Okay. Look at the ceilings. Okay. It was rather eventful day. Yep, it was. Got a little quiet. Have a little quiet time, and even made a new acquaintance, despite how we got off on the wrong foot at first. So exhausted. I did not bother getting undressed. I pulled the blanket over myself, roll over, and letting myself drift off to sleep. I have an early shift tomorrow. Tiptoe to the window. Okay, alright, end of day 1. Alright, we're done. Guess we did everything. Oh, oopsie. Alright, hope you guys enjoy and have a good day. Goodbye, people.